Onis Asare, welcome to the podcast, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jordan.
No, I'm pumped to get you on. We've had a couple of back and forths on the platform and all those sorts of things, but it'd be good to just have a bit of a sit down and a discussion around some of the things that you're seeing out there and some of your philosophies and everything else like that. But everything else been good in your world, mate?
Yeah, mate. Look, I guess where I'm at, I'm just growing and expanding, which is always good. So with my company, Window Property Group, so I've got a business partner on board now, a team of five. So just buying property and helping as many clients as we possibly can. So it's an exciting time for us right now.
I love that, mate. Team of five. It's growing pretty rapidly. You must be doing pretty well for yourselves.
Trying to, man. Trying to. Late nights, long hours. So you know how it is.
I know it's just proves your value and what you get delivering for your clients. So no, that's great, mate. So I guess in terms of that on sort of the property side of things, I mean, if you had your own sort of philosophy around building out a portfolio, what do you think it would be?
To my own philosophy, that's a good question, Jordan. So I guess really what I'm implementing for my clients. So really what I tend to focus on or target is mid-market properties with capital growth potential and decent rental yields. Reason why is because I find that life can get in the way, and if you can't service that property accordingly, you're just, flabbergasted, you're frustrated, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and you don't want to be forced to kind of sell your golden goose, right? So mid-market properties are around the 400 to 500K mark with decent rental return, rental yield. That's the cream of the crop for me. And when I say value add, the ability to manufacture growth, renovating, whacking on a granny flat at the back as well. That's where I'm at, and that's what I do for myself and my clients, and haven't looked back since.
Yeah, nice, mate. I like it. It's good that you've got you nailed what asset that you're after and what you're looking for your clients. I think that's so important, especially with, someone's potentially looking to work for you. At least you know what you're going to be able to deliver for them. And given that you're sort of in and out of that space every single day, you must be able to hunt down some pretty good deals along the process if, that's what you're locking into. Now, if you had the opportunity to go back and have a bit of a chat to young Onis, not that you're too old now, but what would you be able to go back and tell yourself if you first started building out your portfolio?
Yeah, that's awesome. So I nearly got swindled into a house and land package, even purchasing a unit out in Liverpool, right? And we all know what these oversupplied markets have done. They've done dog shit for people that have bought them, and for a lot of people, they've decreased in value. So what would I tell young owners is research and invest in mentors, invest in books. And thankfully, I did that. So I'd just be repeating the same thing to myself, really. So, having people that have done it, that have the know-how, the expertise to achieve what you want to achieve, that's always really important, man.
Yeah, I think that education piece is so critical. That's a great answer because not a lot of the guests typically say that. They'd go back and say, oh, I'd tell myself to go and buy in Melbourne in this location or whatever it might be. But I think the education piece is much more important to you can teach someone, you can give someone a fish or you can teach someone to fish and then they can eat forever. So I think that's a really good point. I think I butchered that saying really well, but it's a good saying.
You were pretty close, man. How does it go? You can teach a man how to fish. Wait. I think I'm quoting Borat here. But he doesn't use the fish reference. He uses something else. I think it's school for speak. So yeah. So you can give a man a fish, or you can teach him how to fish, and he will eat forever. Something like that, right? So
something along those lines. I think the listeners get the picture. But yeah, you're bang on, mate. I think it's super important. Now, I mean, you don't have to sort of jump into too much detail in your own portfolio, but is there anything that you have in there that you'd feel is a bit of a mistake, or you'd change if you could, or even if you had changed something in the past, what was it? Have you got something that you could share with us?
Now, with my own portfolio, I think I've done relatively well, especially in these last couple of years with COVID just lifting everyone's asset prices up, while people that have bought well in established areas. I guess really where I'm at now is just looking at more creative strategies to kind of manufacture growth for myself and other clients, whether it be by doing a development, potentially splitter blocks, all that kind of fun stuff. So that's where I'm at with my journey and experimenting with those things. Reason being is I've got a background in construction as well. Engineer by trade, left that and got into construction as an engineer. So I was doing engineering for the CSIRO in research and development. So was pretty much sick of, being behind a computer all day doing research. So I thought construction would be fun. And I'm like, nah, this is not for me. And then I guess I found real estate, or real estate found me. And it's been awesome so far.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that journey from, engineer to buyer's agent, because it's something that I see quite regularly is someone will either have like a numbers background or, have a really good sort of corporate job and then transition that income into building out their own portfolio. But was there sort of like a light bulb moment for you that sort of flipped the switch to go, okay, now I'm going to start the buyer's agent journey?
Yeah, man, 100%, because I was always a people person, and I guess the background and analytical skills, that was kind of, I wouldn't say second nature, but it did come natural to me. So, but I just really like dealing with people. So I guess rather than being on the construction site, rather than being in a lab, that light bulb moment came to me whereby I can do or pursue both kind of skill sets and both passions while working with people and being able to communicate properly and talk properly to them and help them understand certain property jargon and just how that whole property transaction kind of works, and using my background analytical skills, I guess, from engineering and all that kind of stuff to kind of substantiate the findings and report that, and then help them make that informed decision on that particular property they're about to purchase.
Yeah, I think it's so critical to have a bit of that numbers background as well, because you can do all the numbers and the due diligence, understand, and especially being an engineer as well, you can sort of pick out things that some others without an engineering background wouldn't be able to. So I think that's super important, at least to have some time on the ladder and know how things operate. But yeah, there comes a point in time where, you start to sort of follow your passions and pursue your dreams, and it ends up into becoming a career. Now, mate, there's 1,001 of them out there, but if you had sort of one sort of favorite property, one liner, what would it be?
Probably one liner. So I recently stumbled across this one, read it in the book. I don't know if it's Benjamin Franklin or Theodore Roosevelt, but I'll say it anyway. I'll probably butchered it, but that's fine. So it goes like this: you can have anything you want as long as you help as many people get what they want. So so that like I kind of went back to that quote that I read, and I read it again, and it was like who am I helping to help them achieve what they want? And in that same process, helping myself get what I want. So so then I kind of thought about it and went deeper, and then it was like, like everything is kind of energy, money's energy, and it just symbolizes that. So the effort and all that I'm putting now into helping a particular client, person, group of people, whatever, that's going to be reciprocated, and I'd be able to, do what I want to do, right? So help as many people get what they want, and in turn, I can get what I want. So then it was, I guess, property is my vehicle into realizing that. And so that's my one-liner.
That's a cracker. It is a really good one, because it's so true. You can, chase and fight and crawl to try and get whatever you want and sort of burn people along the journey, or you can help them on their journey and their path, help them achieve their goals. And on the same time, they're going to help you on the way through. So they'll return the favor. So I love that, mate. I think it's an absolute cracker. But thanks for coming on today, mate. You've been a bit of a ripper of a guest. So hopefully we can get you back on sometime soon.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. Definitely. I appreciate that.
Let's do it, mate. Well, look after yourself, and we'll chat soon, yeah?
Yeah, awesome, legend. Thanks for having me on, man.